Hello, hello, sisters. I am coming to you live today on Friday with a very special guest who I am absolutely love and feel in such a beautiful alignment with. And it's my passion to highlight women healers and brilliant energy workers and visionaries and authors. And as myself, as a coach for women healers and yoga teachers, I absolutely love supporting women and highlighting women who are living their passion and expressing their gifts fully in the world. So there's no more joy than it is for me right now to welcome and introduce you to Ruth Bliekley-Thiessen.
Yes.
Did I pronounce it right?
You did. Well done.
So welcome, Ruth. Thank you for being here and thank you for your light.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be in your community, and it's always a pleasure to connect with you.
Yeah, we've been a part of a community of women for almost 2 years now, and I always feel such alignment with you from the very first time that I met you, Ruth. I feel like you're my soul sister, and we speak the same language, and we're on a very similar mission.
Yes, we are, and we do speak the same language. It's so beautiful. So beautiful always to connect with you again.
So let me introduce you. Take a moment and share all of your incredible accomplishments, and then we will dive into the 3 keys that you want to share and your story of what women can do to allow themselves to have self-healing, to activate self-healing, and tips that you can offer. I'm really excited to hear what you have to share. So let me start with the bio to introduce you to everyone who doesn't know you yet. So Ruth, just a second, let me just open to make sure I don't miss a thing about you. Ruth is a visionary holistic transformational coach, esteemed author, and skilled alchemist with over 25 years of experience in personal and spiritual development. She is a gifted intuitive. She possesses a unique ability to read energy and provide her clients with profound intuitive guidance that supports their healing and transformational journey. As a trained cellular healer for the body, mind, and soul, Ruth is dedicated to empowering women to reclaim their health and to follow their soul's calling and to restoring feminine consciousness in the world. She is passionate about helping her clients awaken to their highest potential and live lives of joy, purpose, and abundance. In addition to her coaching work, Ruth is an experienced course presenter and the founder of the Intuitive Feminine Leadership Academy, where she teaches and writes about the power of feminine leadership and the importance of cultivating intuition in the workplace and beyond. Ruth's work is truly transformative, and she is committed to creating positive change in the world through her teachings and her healing practices. So Ruth, I'd love to start by asking you, can you share like the beginnings? How did you come to this incredible work? What led you onto this path?
Yes, I would love to share with you. It's a long story, actually. I'll try to make it short. It all started after the birth of my 3rd son. I have 3 sons. And we moved to a village just a year before that. And after the birth of my 3rd son, I had a total burnout because my family was far away. There was no one to help me. My husband was working somewhere else during the week, only came home at the weekend, and I was just totally burned out. So I met a very wise woman who lives in my village. She invited me to come on Friday evening, where she had this group of women who were ill, where they meditated, and I didn't know what else they did. So I thought, why not? I had never, ever meditated in my life before. And I went, and it was amazing, and met all these women. And a few months later, when my life took on some more form again, and I started feeling better, she had this gift, which was intuitive writing, automatic writing. Mm-hmm. And she said, you can do that too. And I thought, well, I can't actually. And I had so much respect. And I now know it's nothing unusual. Everyone can do it, actually. Mm-hmm. But she taught me how to do it. And then I had this doctor, a homeopathist, and I was obviously telling him what was going on in my life. And he said, that's amazing. Well, would you like to come and speak to my patients? We can arrange one evening. So I did. And then the next morning, the telephone didn't stop ringing. And that's where it all started. People came to see me. Then I started working with doctors. I was giving them readings, asking questions like, why has this person become ill? Because we all sow what we reap. And I was getting answers like, oh, something happened when she was 6 years old. And I never got exactly what it was, because I now understand you have to go back to the feelings you had then. Anyway, I was working with these people, and then I discovered this method of cellular healing and went to one of the workshops, and then I did the whole practitioner program, and then I started helping them to put this out into the world. So I was organizing huge seminars all of a sudden, which I'd never done before. And this is where I got all my seminar experience from. And then I became an alchemist, and I kept working with women and had really, really good results. And then I had a riding accident, which threw me out of my life for a whole year, because I didn't realize it at the time, but there was this voice telling me, you need to be doing something different. I'm a very creative person. And I was doing all this organizing stuff. I loved the work. I loved my colleagues. I would never have stopped it on my own, but I broke my spine and I was thrown out of my life for 1 year. That's basically how it all started. The story of my life, yeah.
It's amazing how your burnout led you to finding kind of like breadcrumbs, and one thing led to the next.
Yes.
You kept saying yes and listening and allowing the gifts to reveal themselves to you.
Yes. And since then, I've always had a mentor. There's always been someone there to help me on the next step until I don't need them anymore. Yeah. And it's very important. I find it very important to have a mentor, because we don't get to certain things on our own, and we're not meant to be on our own anyway.
No, it's such an illusion that so many women that I see, that there's a belief that to do it on your own, it's strength. It shows your strength, or to need somebody, it shows your weakness. But I think it's the opposite. We all need mentors.
Yeah, we do.
And all need community to grow. We're not to do this alone.
No, we are not. Definitely not.
Mm-hmm. So can you tell me, so you really focus on helping people clear the blocks that are preventing them from thriving and having health and vibrancy and thrive and shine.
Mm-hmm.
Can you say a little bit more about your perspective on getting ill?
Getting ill. Well, my perspective on getting ill is that it doesn't just manifest in our body all of a sudden. It starts on a different level. It could start on a soul level, depending if there's something that we bring in with us when we're born, which could be from our ancestors, which we take on in our DNA, or maybe from a past life, if there's something traumatic happened. And if that is not the case, it happens on an emotional level, they say that 85% of all illness starts with emotions, first of all. And obviously there's so many things happen in our lives. There's very traumatic things which happen, which we don't want to deal with at the time it happens, because it's just too painful. So we sort of stuff away the emotions, and they're stored in our body. Everything that we have done and have been and have experienced is all, we're like computers, all stored in our bodies. And of course, our cells are regenerating and changing all the time. And, you know, for example, our liver takes about 6 weeks to regenerate. And, you know, when you have a broken bone, it takes, 8 weeks or 6 weeks, depending on how old we are. And what I have always found totally amazing is our eyeballs. You know, if we touch them, they're quite soft, but they're also, you know, quite hard. It only takes them 48 hours to regenerate all the cells in the eyes. Okay, well, if we say someone has cancer in the liver in January, well, why do they still have it then in June if it only takes 6 weeks for the liver to regenerate? It's because our cells are all holding all this stuff which we have stuffed into them, you know, things that we haven't processed. And sometimes we get nudged. It can be an illness that comes up to let us know there's something you need to deal with. There's something there which is causing your body to be ill, or there's something, you know, something emotional which needs to be dealt with. Anyway, there's something happened in the past that we need to take a look at. This will be the root cause of our illness. It can be the root cause of our patterns, the root cause of lack, the root cause of not feeling confident, anything like that. You know, there's even very, very small things that can happen, but we stuff them down. We don't deal with them at the time. And if we look at small children, for example, you know, we see them out shopping with their mothers and they want something and the mother says no, and they become very angry and they start to scream and they let it out. Yeah. And then a couple of moments later, they'll be laughing again. And that's quite normal. We have all these feelings which go through our bodies, and women are so emotional beings. You know, we have so many feelings within 1 hour. It's incredible. Mm-hmm. But we sometimes don't allow them to flow. So we stuff them down, and then they become these emotions which come up when we're triggered, or sometimes they have to do with an illness. And that's basically how I see it.
I love how you're describing it. And the statistics of 85% of all illness originates in the emotional blocks.
Yes.
Have emotions that haven't had permission to be processed and integrated and flow through us like they meant to flow.
Yes, I know you know this from your own work, you know, with the breath work, what can come up, and most healers will know this as well. Yeah. It's important to let them out of our body. It's also detoxing on the emotional level. It's so important.
Yes. I love how you help people detox from the cellular level and understand the root cause and heal from the root cause of any illness.
Yes, it has to be totally cleared out, you know, in a way that we can look at it in a different perspective. And maybe there's even things that haven't been spoken that we need to speak out. And it doesn't matter if someone is passed or if they're still living. It's all happens on a very subtle soul level. We can change so much. And it's something which I don't want to miss anymore in my life, you know?
Yes. Yes. So, Ruth, what would you say somebody who is experiencing right now some kind of a physical manifestation of something deeper going on? They may be having like even cancer or some kind of body aches or organ pain or something happening there, and they're going to see the doctor, and the doctor is prescribing maybe medication. What would be your advice? Somebody like who has something already going on. I know that, of course, it's a preventative. A lot of the things that we recommend is for people to not get to that point of where the Western medicine can already detect, and there's already quite advanced state.
Yeah, well, being ill, cancer, for example, is a huge wake-up call, which can totally change your life. So what I would advise anyone who has, something like that, or even anything, to tell you the truth, is start to listen to your body, because our bodies cannot lie. There's so much wisdom in our body. Our body is always talking to us. We're like brains walking around with legs, actually. We haven't been taught to listen to our body enough. So that's one thing I would say. We are not just our body, but we are body, mind, and soul. So we have to take a look at all of this holistically and find out a lot of things. First of all, listen to your body. Secondly, have you been saying something to yourself which is affecting you negatively? There's so much happens where we create stories around things which aren't good for us. And these stories, they're like addictions. We get stuck in them and they don't do us good. And there are beliefs that we have about ourselves. There are things that people have said about us where we keep making ourselves smaller and smaller and dimming our light more and more. And we need to get rid of this. Body is telling us, oh, come, there's more to you than this. You have to clear this away, take it off, and shine your light again.
Oh my God.
And obviously there's never a guarantee, because we do leave, we do pass one day, and sometimes we need an illness to do this. But even so, listening to your body, listening to your mind, listening to your soul, are you in alignment with what you came here for? What I have seen a lot is when people are not in alignment with the reason they came here, they do become ill, because there's so much resistance in their body that something's fighting against them. And maybe it's something, just to throw you out of your life, like I was with my riding accident. And, we even get colds because we don't stop. And we develop a cold so that we can rest in bed and recover. It's so silly that we have to take so long to listen to ourselves, to what we need, to put our needs first, instead of maybe looking after other people so much.
Oh, you're speaking my language, Ruth. I feel like it was just everything you're saying is so dear and deep for my heart, and what I teach and preach and support women. And I'm so grateful for you being the stand for women and people, men, to really wake up to that remembering of what the soul is here to do. And when we are out of that alignment, we get messages. And if we listen, if we wake up to that call.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, but we have to learn to listen. Listen to the inner wise woman within us. She's so wise.
Yes. Thank you for being the one inner, just like you found a mentor and I found a mentor, for being a mentor for so many others who are looking right now. So if any of you ladies here in this group feel like that's me and Ruth is speaking directly to me, any of you, put it into the comments. Yes, I see myself and I know that something in my life is trying to get my attention, whether it's in the body, becoming ill, or just something feels off. Maybe you're not in the right relationship. Maybe you're not in the right job and you just feel like it's a drag. You're just dragging your feet and you don't feel alive. I want to ask you, Ruth, do you have any, do you have any resources? I know you have a event coming up. Do you want to talk a little bit about it?
I'd love to talk about it, yes. I have a free event coming up between the 25th and the 27th of April for 1 hour each day, where it's called 3 Keys to Stop Feeling Ill, Self-Healing from Your Own Home, where I shall be, it's like a hands-on experience where I shall be going into, on the first day, we'll be looking at learning to listen to the body. And on the second day, we'll be looking at what our mind is trying to tell us, or even the negative things which need to be changed so that we can, change your mind, change your life. And on the third day, we will be taking a look at the resources that the universe has for us and going into that as well. So I invite you to come along and join me. It is, what time is it? It is Central European time, 6 p.m., which is, I think it's 12 noon at your time, Julia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it is. We have 6 hours difference, yes. So
right.
We can put the link to sign up below.
Beautiful.
And I would love to see you.
Yes, thank you so much. I see there are a couple of women watching us live right now. There's Kathy, there's Heather, and
hello, welcome.
If you have any questions for Ruth right now, feel free to put them into the chat and I will ask Ruth to answer for you. Or if you would like to share about your personal experience of something that you're going on, something that's going on in your life right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. And let's put the link to the event. I want to find the link. Ruth, when you have a chance, if you can put it underneath the live. So women, it's such a gift that you're offering 3 days in a row for women to have an opportunity to be with you and to discover and step on the path of healing.
Yes, there's so much we can do for ourselves when we start to really connect with our body and our mind and our soul. And yes, I know there's a lot of people haven't learned to do that. And that's why I also am able to give these soul readings where people can ask questions and I tap into their soul and get their questions answered and have an energy picture for them, exactly where they are at present, which is very powerful. It can be life-changing.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're such a gift. It's what an incredible opportunity. So any of you who are, okay, we have some Kathy and also April watching. Kathy has a question. How do you listen clear to your body?
It's something that we have to learn again. And there's a couple of things. I'll give you a couple of tips how you can try, first of all. Just sink into your body and we can ask our body questions. For example, when I get up in the morning, I stand in front of my wardrobe and I ask my body, this is going to sound strange, okay? But I ask my body, what color do you want to wear today? What do you want to put on today? And I often find that I choose this color and I have a client come and she's wearing exactly the same color. Because colors, they go to 60% through our skin and they have an effect on us. The chakras all have different colors and they have an effect on us. Even our bedclothes, even the walls, the color of the walls, they all have an effect on us. Or, for example, you can ask your body, what would you like to eat today? And if you go into a restaurant and you're sitting with this menu in your hand and you say, body, what do you want to eat today? Something quite different could come up for you than you usually would choose. And it's maybe what your body needs. Your body needs different things, not always the same things. So it just, practice it, try it out. Our body, we think we have to do an hour's exercise or an hour yoga, and ask your body, do I have to do an hour or is 15 minutes okay? How long do you want me to do it for? Just practice talking to your body and your body will start answering. Yeah.
I love that. I love these examples, like something that you wouldn't ask, like so unusual, right? To ask what does the body want to wear, or what color, or more specifics about how long of an exercise or what to eat, and that it shakes us out of the routines
Yeah.
and the program, because the mind tends to just have this narrow focus. That's how it should be or supposed to be, and
Yes.
follows
Yes.
the agendas from the day
Yes.
years before. It's not present in the present moment, but the body only lives in the present moment.
That's true. That's true. And we tend to live from the past of things that have happened, or our mind is in the future, but we come to the present moment, and it's much more beautiful living like that.
It's free. It's liberating.
Liberating. Yeah.
It's joyful too. It's like
Yes. Yes.
it's the soul that wants to play and
Yes. Have
be
fun.
alive, to be alive and
Yes.
fully vibrant.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
Ruth, do you have any other final tips or wishes for women who are here?
My wish for your community of women is that they live their truth, that they allow their emotions to come up, that they allow themselves to feel it and don't push them away anymore, that they are connected to themselves. Yeah, that is my wish.
I'm feeling it deeply. When the words of truth are really resonating in my body, I feel a shower of sensations that like, my body.
Beautiful.
Do you want to share with women where they can find you, your digital address?
My digital address, yes, I have a homepage, Ruth. That's my name, Ruth Bliekley-Thiessen.com. You can find me there. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. And yes, if you come to my event, you can also sign up into my Facebook group. You can do that anyway, but you will also be able to look at it in my Facebook group. So,
beautiful.
yeah.
Let's put the link to the event. I just put the link to your website. So the link to your event. Do you remember it?
It's Eventbrite. Otherwise, I can do it afterwards.
Okay.
You see now, I've put it in this. You see now. Oh yeah, I have it here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just pop it here for you.
Okay.
Okay. Here you go.
All right. Perfect. Ruth, thank you so much. It's just always love our connection. I love how aligned we are, and I just love and adore what you do in the world, and your genuine, gentle, and such humble presence that just feels like I just want to sit next to you in the room.
Well, we'll have to do that someday, Julia.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being you, and thank you for sharing your gifts.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye, everybody. Keep putting your questions, and Ruth will come back into the page, onto this interview, and she will continue to respond and interact with you. Thank you.
I will.
Bye, everybody.